Okay. Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't understand why this woman doesn't miss an opportunity to throw her family under the bus. Every opportunity she gets to embarrass her family, she sees it. I don't get it. I know we don't talk about these type of subjects very, very much. We need to talk about this. Yeah. Thank you very much for being here. This is embarrassing. Jada Pinkett Smith, the wife of Will Smith, went into an interview and spilled the beans. She says some outrageous things. Listen.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
So, after all this drama we witnessed and we saw happening with Will Smith nearly going through a very difficult time, not nearly, completely going into the rag. Now she comes on TV and says they have not been together since 2016. So 2016, they part ways. Everybody live their personal life. Everybody do whatever they want to do. So that means when Will Smith went on stage, do you remember the time he went on stage and slapped Chris Rock in order to make his wife respected in the public? They were not together. So he slapped this guy's cheeks and he wasn't even slapping the cheeks at home. Do you get that? So they've been lying to us. So she was on TV on NBC to discuss about a coming up book. It's just very sad to see somebody really to this level of narcissism, ready to destroy everything a family stands for fame. Now she says she didn't think Will Smith was actually going to beat on Chris Rock. She actually thought it was a skit. She thought it was a game. She says, I thought this is a skit. I was like, there's no way that Will hit him. It wasn't until Will started to walk back to his chair that I even realized he wasn't playing. So basically what happened was, for those of you who don't remember, Will Smith and his wife went to the Oscars and Chris Rock started making jokes. He made jokes about many people. You know, when comedians make jokes, they make jokes about people, especially those people sitting in front. He said that Jada Pinkett Smith should play the role of G.I. Jane. You remember the movie G.I. Jane? Lovely movie, because she had very short hair. Because Jada had short hair, like G.I. Jane, she should play the role of G.I. Jane on the next one. Not knowing that Jada was suffering from alopecia, which is a disease that kills your hair follicles. You lose hair, basically. And Jada rolled her eyes. She wasn't happy at all. And with that, obviously, Will got very angry. And as any man that respects himself, they would not allow anybody to disrespect a woman in public. So he stood up and went on stage and slapped Chris Rock. When he came back, he destroyed his career because he had to justify himself on why he did that and was crying like a baby on stage. You know, when you do something completely wrong, then you realize, oh, okay, I thought this was going to be a heroic moment, but it's not. It's the opposite. He started crying, well, you see, life. And his wife was not even supporting him. I mean, if your husband stands up and go and fight for you, for your honor, doesn't matter whether he's right or wrong, you don't embarrass him in public, right? You make sure you support him. Nah, it's my, you know what I mean, right? That's what you do. She didn't even do that. She said she thought it was a skit. She said, I don't know what came over him. I don't know what happened to Will. Obviously, you rolled your eyes. That's why Will, as your husband, went into a trance wanting to defend your honor. So this is very sad because Will Smith is a brother. I mean, I know you guys are in America, some of us in Africa, some in Brazil and all over the place, but we're still the same people. And it's very sad to see such a great career being destroyed by a woman whose career was not significant. So we all know that Jada Pinkett Smith apparently dated or was really very much in love with Tupac many years ago. She wanted Tupac, but Tupac apparently didn't really want her that bad. And some people think she exaggerated. She was fascinated by Pac, obsessed by Tupac. She expected perhaps Tupac to be her husband in the future. But Tupac was a gangster. He was a guy sought by many people, and he wasn't very much interested in a city girl, in Pinkett Smith. But what breaks my heart is to see the level. I mean, these people can do whatever they want. What breaks my heart, brothers, is to see the level of disrespect that she's showing out there. She doesn't give a shit about nothing. Not about her family, not about the reputation of a man, not about anything. Now, Will Smith, on her birthday, sent her the most loveliest message ever. Like, hey, Jada, look at 20 years we've been together. I'm so happy, be blessed and all that stuff. Will Smith does it on his Instagram. And on response, what does Jada do? Jada posts a video of hers with Tupac dancing to Will Smith's song. So Will post a video of him and Jada saying, happy birthday, Jada, it's been 20 years together. Jada posted a video of her and Tupac. And she wrote underneath saying, not in a million years I would have dreamed that a fresh prince and I would become, very acquainted. Very acquainted, not husband and wife, but very acquainted. And she said again, not in a million years did I imagine that 3 lives' fate would be intertwined. 3 lives' fate will be intertwined. So that's hers, Tupac, and Will. So your husband is wishing you happy birthday in public, and you're responding with a video of you with another man that you dreamt about in your youth years, saying not in a million years you thought that 3 lives will be intertwined. Guys, I'm heartbroken for Will Smith. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Will Smith's daughter, Willow wrote a letter to Tupac. I mean, what level of... How does Willow know about Tupac? Listen to the letter. Dear Tupac, I know you're alive someplace. I think that my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back so my mommy and I can be happy? I wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow. What did she say to her daughter? I mean, when Tupac died, she wasn't even alive. She wasn't even born. What does this woman say to her own daughter for her to write such a deep letter to a dead person? This is not her father. So in what level could Jada have gone into this little girl's brain into making her believe that the person to be loved is not her father, but some dude she saw when she was a younger girl? What level of destruction has that been? I feel very sorry for Will Smith, really. So basically, we have here a situation of a man who's very much in love with a woman who never loved him. She never wanted to be married to this guy.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
But he forced. You know, that's how I always say to people, don't force these things. Let it be natural. I mean, if somebody belongs to you, you will see it. It's not going to be too complicated. Of course, you're going to have a little issue here and there like everybody else. But it's never going to be strenuous. It's never going to be, toxic to that level. This is very sad. I mean, yes, we can say she's trying to, promote a book and whatever that is. But this is not promotion of a book because these two people have been separated. Yes, it could be a promotion of a book, but this has nothing to do with love. Do you think 6 years ago, when she started destroying Will Smith, she knew she was going to publish a book? No, she didn't. This is basically a situation, like Will Smith said, he never thought, he felt inferior to Tupac because he was a, city boy. Tupac was a gangster. He was respected in the street. And he saw his woman fall for a man that he would have never become in his life. He saw his woman going to the hand of another. He had to be okay with Tupac being around. In order for him to have a relationship with his wife, he had to accept the fact that he was the second choice. And that is very, very sad. Will Smith put his career in danger for his wife, which we can understand and respect for any man who loves his wife. He stood up to defend her when Chris Rock just made a joke. It was just a joke. In fact, Jada Pinkett Smith in a book, she says that Chris Rock was trying to be with her like that. Yeah. Chris Rock was trying to date her because Chris Rock thought that her and Will had divorced. And as per her, when Chris came to her, she said, oh, no, we're still together. Oh, but I thought you and Will are not together anymore. He says, no, we're still together. Then he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, my apologies. And that was the reason why, or at least one of the reasons why he had the courage to go on stage and say all these things he said about her. But many people firmly believe this has nothing to do with nothing. It is not truth. She's fabricated that in order to promote a book. But the truth is, she was the one that came with the show, okay? They had a show, which is her mother, and Willow, who is her daughter with Will Smith. They sit together around the table and talk about things about life, okay? Nobody asked them. Nobody asked her a thing. She came onto this show and talking about her private life, saying that her and Will are not happy. Her and Will, whatever that is. Then she invited her husband into the show.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
What level of stupidity? She invites her husband into the show. Then she says, I just want to let you know that that time you and I sort of separated. I had something with somebody. Then I fell into an entanglement. We'll say a relationship. So a relationship with August Alsina, about 20 years younger than her. August was a friend of her son. So her son's friends were sleeping with her. And even if this guy was sleeping with her, was she obligated to come to the world and explain to everybody and embarrass her husband in front of billions of people in that sort? I mean, in the name of love, in the name of sacrifices, in the name of the fact that this man married you, okay, in church, in the state. In Africa, we perceive marriage as honor, okay? The fact that this man honored you, you come in public to embarrass him to that level? I mean, yes, everybody can do whatever they like. You can go and screw whoever you want. Yeah, I mean, you want to be whatever you call it, a cougar, that's fine. You can get whatever little thing that you want to get your dreams met and whatever that is. But do you have to come and put it in public in front of everybody? No, you don't have to do that. It wasn't necessary. And we're seeing a case of a big narcissistic person who's very passive. You know, narcissistic people are renowned as very boastful, very flamboyant people, talking very much about themselves. It's not always truth. There are passive narcissistic people, very calm, they don't talk very much, but extremely dangerous people. And this is the case of this woman. And I feel very sorry for Will being emasculated by a woman. I mean, this is a strong guy. He played Muhammad Ali. He played Men in Black. He played Independence Day. I mean, Will Smith being emasculated by a short little, I feel very sorry for him. And obviously, Will responding again on Instagram saying notifications off. And it's very sad. So fellas, hey, look after yourselves. Not everybody is a wife material. I'm sorry, but somebody has to say it. I know you know it, but it's just very sad to see a strong man emasculated by a woman to this level. She is promoting a book, and she needs to throw everybody under the carpet to destroy the reputation and the masculine energy of her husband. She's willing to do whatever she can, stamping onto the promise they made each other on that hall when they were saying yes to each other just to promote herself. This is her book. It has nothing to do with nobody else. Protect yourselves, King. I mean, I know you can't see it in somebody's face. I firmly believe if somebody shows you from the get-go, they're not very much into you. They're into somebody else. You need to protect yourself. Don't force anything. Real men don't force things. Somebody used to tell me a woman has the ability to take a man from nothing and elevate him to the highest level in the world. Women can do that. They have been given that power. A woman is also able to take you from up there and remove the crown of your head. Be very careful. Thank you very much, fellas. I appreciate you. Your contribution is very necessary. How do you read this? It's very sad. God bless.